you feel you want to join us today, you want to be here with us, I will project healing energy towards you throughout. So if you would like, I could start by doing that. Start by sending you an artifact of healing, or we can see if there is some information for you perhaps. I'm just listening to my guides now, and I'm thinking maybe yes. Okay, so I will start. I will just have something to drink, and then I will start by building this or collecting this artifact of healing that I will then send to you, and in that process I will see if there's any information for you. Does that feel okay? To get to know yourself, or to simply acknowledge yourself? Yeah, because you are still, sometimes when we're in this, when it's just swirling around inside and outside, it feels as though we are not still external or internal, but it's such a movement, it's such a swirling sensation that it feels, I said that it feels like we're not still. It does, it feels dead, but that comes from being such a swirling emotion, such, it's just buzzing around both externally and internally, which makes us feel we don't know where to put our feet, we don't know where to be stood, which means that we don't know what to process, so that we are completely, instead it just blacks us out. So with you, I feel we can feel this buzzing, swirling feeling and emotion of just thoughts and no thoughts, but it's like it's coming externally and just swirling around our head, and from inside there's just this emptiness. So what I will do is that I will collect energy in this artifact and I will send it off to you. It's the first thing I will do today. Okay. I apologize for my appearance today. It's not really my day today, so let's make it a beautiful day for all of us. Okay. So I'm just gonna check with my guides. Oh, they want me to put on some music. There is some music, but it's very, very, very soft. See what I can do. Right? And I will just see where this takes us. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna follow my healing guide. I'm gonna ask him for guidance. I got 2. Okay, so Vanshin, I've got a beautiful woman here. On my left side, I've got my guide, angel, healing guide helping me from my right side. On my left side, I got this beautiful, down-to-earth woman who would like to portray herself as a motherly figure to you. In this, she will work as a guide. This is a very down-to-earth, beautiful woman, and she is your guide in this, okay? I know that it sounds far from who you know or who your mother is in this life, but this is a guide of yours, and I would like to work with, or they are telling me to work with your guide and mine, and we will be pulling energy from both sides to create this artifact of healing energy that I will then send over to you. Okay. It's starting to take shape. Okay. It will be in the form of a book today. a book of love, of healing. So we're gonna take all this knowledge, all that you feel that you've lost, you know, when you just go completely empty, when it's just silent in that head of yours that's usually so buzzing, all those thoughts and feelings and comprehensive material that you usually got working inside. With this silence that this depression is now put over it and externalized it, we'll bring all that back that is still inside you. You have not lost it. But what they are telling me is that we will give you, in this artifact, we'll bring that acknowledgement of it still being inside of you back to you. Okay. And all that, those things that we used to have fun with, you know? Doing research, finding new paths, learning things, not study in particular, but learning new things, exploring, and also exploring in the fields that we are set upon in our life. All of this joy in simply being what we were. I'm gonna bring all that back, all that confidence that we never truly found, but that we always knew was there for us to find. Okay. So I'm just bringing all of this, and then the support, the parental, is that a word? Support from your parents that were there once. All those empty feelings, we will just fill them with joy. I know it's been not an easy journey. This is not the first time it has been hard for you. We all have a rucksack. So I'm gonna pull that string of loneliness that's been there before. And we're gonna connect it to here and now and back for love. Okay, so they're asking me to do a healing today. So I will use this book. I will send it to you. I will send a key for it to you. Then I will perform a healing for you. And then I will send the book in completion. All that love and healing and all that acknowledgement for who you are, from yourself to yourself, I will send to you whilst the healing is over, okay? But I will send you the feeling, a small parchment now. Beautiful, okay? I'm coming with, and I'm gonna give you healing. I just want to make sure that you're fine with this, that you're okay with it. I know that you might feel that you should do something else than being here, but yes, okay, it's alright. Okay, you're enjoying it. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so I'm coming in and I'm gonna start from your feet and I'm gonna go up. And what I'm gonna do is simply bring this beautiful cocoon of healing energy around you. And once that's up, I'm gonna send the book in and we're gonna pull some strings. Okay? I will not directly, I am told, we will not directly work with the source of the depression, of losing your to go through this breakup. But we will work with sources underneath, having you acknowledge them, acknowledge yourself, and then facing this particular situation in a new light. It will feel the same, but over time, hopefully, it will make a little difference. Okay? So I'm sending you healing now. Hi. Okay, I'm starting from your feet up. Simply place in this bubble, this cocoon, this warm energy field around you. I'm actually not placing it, I am waking your own energy field up. Or I'm inviting you to do this. Just to give you this healing feeling once again of being safe. That was a long, long, long time ago. I know that you're very young, but the small shell I see when I was with Joy is a very young child. So I'm just, if you let me, gonna wake your own energy field to support you and to love you. And if you don't feel anything right now, you will hopefully do at a later stage. Beautiful. Hi, there you are. Okay. Beautiful. I'm working a lot on your right side. Sorry, on your left side actually. I am on your left side, but there are zillion that we're working on the right side with the emotion, bringing into the logic. Okay. Just relax. Back again in it. Just breathe. Vanish it. Just breathe. Beautiful. When I said that with your feet, you felt something like almost there was a new layer. Beautiful. I'm up by your head now, by your shoulders. I've been for quite a while. There's some tensions in the neck and the shoulder blades and up that we are working on right now. But I can feel the cocoon, and I'm so thrilled and happy that you feel it. You are very receptive, so thank you so much. Hi, Willy Minnie. Welcome. Oh, I've got some healing for you too, they say. Very shortly. Vanishing, just breathe, relax. I'm over your head now. Oh, you got such joy in there hidden away. Such a beautiful way of looking at life. Mischievous, but very, very, very youthful and funny. It's there, but it's underneath layers of feeling unworthy. Or not unworthy perhaps, but mistreated, left out. But there is such a bubbly energy in there. It's so, so beautiful. gonna go do a swirl vanishing. I'm gonna do a swirl over your head, and I'm gonna try to pull just very, very gently. I'm gonna pull some strings very gently, just to wake that beautiful imagination that you hidden away so well. Just pulling it a little. And remember, when the imagination takes you to a dark space, if you can walk that far, that direction, you can walk at least that far the other. Okay. I'm by your ear now. This is your right ear. It's my left, but I'm working on your right. Got some tension there. Almost like this, when you got this beep sound going in your ears. The whole feeling of the depression is like that. When it's not complete stillness and just nausea in the stillness, but it's like this buzzy sound, always there. Okay, there. Now they're telling me the cocoon is complete, or as much complete as it should be now. You feel a little lighter, but I also know that there are some heavy feelings. But just remember, when we can think, we can have those thoughts, when we can walk that direction, that gives us an opportunity to also walk the opposite and see everything in between. But this feels good. How are you doing managing? This is a nice energy I'm feeling now. Things really start moving. You feel safe. Oh, beautiful energy. I can feel it. And then we got these bubbles, you know. I know that they're very small, but they are there. Simple and secure. When you say that, I want to talk about a child 6-7 years old. And I want to talk about this feeling of, well, they're saying ruling the world, but ruling your world. And it's always been this external pressure. I'm not saying anything about that, but just this bubbly feeling of things are actually achievable. You know, there is actually possibilities to live. Oh, it feels really nice now. Beautiful. Thank you, Vanishing, for letting me give you that. I'm just gonna check. I've got some message here. I'm just gonna check. You who wrote to me, thank you so much. I really needed that today. There's someone saying that I look beautiful, because I really don't feel like I look beautiful today, but I feel beautiful inside. And this is what this stream is about, to go through it all, to just push on through and see that we truly are beautiful. And this was what my guides talked to me about before stream. And just before I got on, So it means so much that you would say that to me. Thank you. The possibilities of endless dreams. Yeah. Thank you, Vanishing. So, there's just one thing left, Vanishing. I'm gonna send you this artifact now, the book. And it's gonna drop the energy a little, but then when we open it, and you can do it in your own space and own time, the high energy frequency, the bubbly feeling, it will still be. So I'm gonna very carefully ship it off to you. My guides are joking with me, are having fun now. Actually, we're having fun. We can keep a little of this, they're saying. We're gonna ship it off to you. Okay. Are you ready? I'm gonna throw it overhand throw. With love. Not to hit you in the head, I hope. But to reflect your heart. Okay. And shipping it off to you. Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Fairy J, hi. I am good. I'm well. How are you? Actually, you know what, guys? These past few days has been really rough and really tough. And I said this morning, how am I ever gonna stream? And I went into the office and I actually slept for 1.5 hours. And I just felt when I woke up, how is this gonna go? And I saw myself in the mirror and I thought, oh dear, you know. And so my guide said, no, this stream is all about being beautiful because we are, for who we are. And then I just let everything go, you know, every feeling of responsibility, or not responsibility, but to do, you know, all this achievement anxiety. And I'm just open, I'm just complete open and happy today. So I'm doing really well. I am sick and I am a little depressed and I am all of it, but I'm also so happy. And that is genuine. So it means so much just being able to share this with you, how I can just go into a reading or into a healing, into this meeting, into this experience with Vanishing, the first thing I do when I just said, I don't think I can do anything. And then we can have this beautiful energy transference between us and we both feel so much lighter. It's gonna take time, of course, and it's a tough process. But these bubbles that we can just send out, I want to send these bubbles out to everyone now. How we are beautiful for who we are. Truly. Fairy, you're not so sure what you're watching, to be honest. No, it's alright. I am an intuitive counselor. I work with telepathy, with intuition, with mediumship, astral communication, and with healing. And this is a hangout for us. And I am more than that, and with that, and also, I'm just me, a fellow human. My name is Sarah. Welcome. And now we got some fun music also. Oh, Vanishing. I feel the same. Okay, Pharaoh, you do as you feel. You're welcome back whenever you feel like it. Have a nice day, or evening, or night, wherever you are. Take care, and thank you for being here this short while. If you have any questions, instead of leaving, you can ask them. We can talk about anything. Truly, I am very open to anything. And if you are skeptical, that is beautiful and it's really important to be. But if you feel this is really not for me, then thank you for being here as you are. So I'm just gonna see if I do a reading vanishing. For you vanishing, what I feel now. They want to talk about, because this came through when we did the healing. They showed me this motherly figure being very grounded, and then they showed me these images of her being very stressed. And what they want to talk about is how things are always both things at the same time. What they truly are is a reflection. So depending on what we feel, how we are and what we perceive, from what perspective we look at things, we will see different things. So they showed me this childhood of this mother who is protective, and it is a beautiful upbringing, but she's shown being very stressed, and there's lots of things to be doing, just like it is for us or everyone in the society. So they started out showing this grounded woman who loves to work in nature and who loves to be grounded. And then they showed me this reflection of her being very stressed and not really having any time for anything. And now they're showing me this side where you can also find time to laugh. You know, I got 3 very different sides of one personality in front of me, and they are shown as being 3 very different women. But what they are telling me about this and what is important for you, we are not talking about your mother specifically here, but they want to show me this for you to understand all the layers, because you said layer yourself when you felt with the healing that we could bring a layer up and protect you. That's always been there, by the way. It's your own love for yourself. But isn't it beautiful? With layers, they want to talk about how things really do come in layers, and how we can see and perceive different things depending on from what perspective we see it, we look at it. There's one person who couldn't do much with you, and that was your ex-fiance. Yeah. We're coming back many times. We're coming back to that situation, but what they are telling me is that we are, because that is the situation right now, and it is so close to us that we are a little bit, and this is with love, but we're a little bit blinded by it, which I understand completely, because something happens that really, rocks the boat. We don't know where to land. And what they are telling me is that they want to go back to before you even met. They want to go back to all that feeling of possibility. And they want to talk about the normality in viewing your parents in different ways, or viewing people in your environment in different ways. Sometimes we might feel this, and sometimes we might feel that. Sometimes we really do enjoy our time together, and sometimes we wonder where that time went. And what they want to talk about is how, if we start to see this, if we start to view this, firstly, it's beautiful that you are happy and grateful for what you've experienced before, or that you see it as a normality, which is important and which is beautiful. But we want to go back into that for being able to seeing that, viewing that from different perspectives. We are taking a step away from the situation at hand, the situation right now. We are trying to look into something else that we feel more secure in because we know where that is now, because it is a normality in our life that we can look back into, taking a little step from you don't think it's the best looking back into your past, but I think it's important. I think it's important to look back because if we go deep, like I said, and when we see this small child, because I know that it is up under layer of feeling like we don't know what's going on. But when we go back to that small child, I said 6, 7 years old. Oh, sorry. There we are. When there was endless possibilities, deep inside, it's always been there, bubbling. And when we can then start to look from different perspectives, we can also see how everything is from different perspectives. You know, because you have accepted what happened before, and you're saying, no, I haven't. Well, I believe you have. And I believe that you want to see us for being here and now. And the challenge is to go back and see that from this perspective of having these bubbles inside, but also externally and seeing, okay, we can truly see different variations of the very same person, of the very same woman. And in this, we can see different variations of the very same situation, of the very same relationship, of the very same woman. So I'm asking my guides, how do we do this? Because with all this stillness and all this, when there's too much going on, that it just stands still, how can turning it into even more help it? But what they're saying is that we're shifting focus point. The challenge is to shift focus point from your fiance, your ex-fiance, to your childhood. And this is a rough tumble, I know. But someplace in there we are looking for finding these bubbles. Not have they been popped and stopped, because they haven't. Because even though what we've been through and what has happened, we can feel them today. Just a minute ago we had this bubbly feeling that comes from inside of you. And that small child believing anything to be possible, or everything to be possible. So, like I've said before to you, what do you need? What these bubbles, what do they carry for you? What do you need not without your ex-fiancé? What do you need, full stop, or question mark? What do you need? Because from after 7 years of age also, very slowly, things have just tumbled up of a layer, but these bubbles never stopped be there. So when the first layer hits, musician, beautiful, beautiful. And in music, you can really show, you can really, yes, okay, so you can focus it into being depressive. You can actually bring yourself down feeling sorry for yourself. But it truly is a way to once again, because you go inside your head, to once again truly see yourself. And when you then see yourself, I want you to acknowledge this young person, this young beautiful mind thinking everything is possible, and then go back into seeing, okay, it truly is. When I follow this path, or when I follow my dream, when I follow the music, when I follow the music, I can see that those bubbles that I believed were there before, that I knew were there, are still there today. So go out and try it, be it, who you are. And don't come to me and say, no, I can't. Don't say, all this self-absorbing negative thoughts. No, trust in the bubbles, and with responsibility, of course, but float upon them and have fun. And a little challenge to share your work with someone else, perhaps. A little challenge to put you out there. Meaning, do it with someone, with a friend. You like the word bubbles? Yes, so do I. Well, Lily, so do I. So, banishing Goni back into the creative mind. Maybe compose with other people. Do you have a toxic mindset? Definitely not. You got the mindset that is for you, that has been a way of survival for you. It's not toxic, it's just you. But you've also got control over it. So, just little by little, let those bubbles enter, because you'll know the feeling. It's wonderful. So a challenge is to compose something with someone else. I know. Because then we can see it also from another perspective, from their perspective. And with music, when we fall into it, we really start to see our own story. But we also got control over this. As you know, we got way control over our thoughts. And I know that might sound to really, you don't know who you're talking to. Well, remember before, we know we can shift what we're thinking about and how we do it. Maybe we should stop trying to do that and just let it flow. Just like with the music. Or have those, like with the music, follow the chords, follow the melody, and then do a solo once in a while. Meaning you, in your mind, in your thoughts control. If it is because it is a survival instinct, do follow the path, do follow it, and feel sorry for yourself and all of this, because that makes you feel like you can see yourself. But the more solo you put into it, and not being lonely now, but the solo in just exploring the creativity with a creative mind. That to follow the chords of your melancholy song before, it will make sense, but it will make sense in a different way. You shift between music and military. You always do shift, yeah. So let everything just flow. And once again, those dark thoughts, if you see them, if you acknowledge them, and if you see that you can actually, Can I go that far out from what I believe in truly in my heart? Then imagine how far in, how close to my heart I can go. Also, so this book that I sent you in energy, this energy book, the bubbles inside. And when you feel I've lost my path, open it. Breathe in those bubbles. Not sounding like drugs now, but breathe them in, you know. They come from you. And you said musician to me, then that is your heart. At this moment. So live it. Put yourself out there, and all that you need to be able to do it will come to you. Because I know there's a shift, like the word you used and I used. Well, if I want to do this, how about life? You know, how do I earn money? How do I do this? How do I do that? How am I? You are you. Follow your heart. And the challenge, if you want to accept it, is to compose, is to write music with others. That is a challenge. To share your work, your process. But I also know that you're up for it. And I believe in you. Follow them, bubbles. And if one bursts, one is just around the corner. Thank you for showing me them bubbles. You can do, guys, we can do anything and everything in life. But if we are afraid that some things are not good, that is harmful even, then we see them, then we know them to be harmful. And if we can go that direction in our thoughts, we can also go the other one. If we can go that far from the heart, we never go from the heart far, we never leave the heart. That just tells us that we probably need attention by ourselves. So let's shift it. Take it in, acknowledge it, man. What does it mean? What could it mean? Or is it just a way for my brain to not reconstruct, but just to do the dishes, to just do the hoovering, you know? And then we can just, okay, that is also part of us. And we can also go this direction. Yes, vanishing. Yes. Do it and bring your book with bubbles and have fun. And yes, it is perfectly alright to write about all the shit. You know, to really write the toxicity out. It's perfectly alright. And it's perfectly alright to write something really happy as well. That's just the creative, imaginative, all this, the ball inside. Let it loose, or it will let itself loose in some other way. So just let it loose in the creativity. Ride the bubbles and have fun. And always know that you do have control. So like I said, dark thoughts, well, that could mean other direction, new beginnings. Have fun. And you're always welcome to be here with us. And I would love to see your process. I would love to see your work. because you are such a creative mind, and you have such a talent for following something that already exists, but then doing it and creating it into something that is just from you, and that truly can inspire other people. You got it, and it will be a tough road, but ride the bubbles and let's have fun. Sorry for this music, however. Okay. Well, thank you so much, you who wrote to me, who whispered. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy yourself. So vanishing, does that feel okay? And please, do tell me how it goes, because I'd love to know. Or if you don't feel, or if you forget to tell me, then maybe you come in energy. So, Villemini, are you still here, my friend? You have to work harder. Well, if that is the way you want to see it, yes. Put yourself out there. Because you're here. Good. So for you, Villemini, it's exciting times. Because it feels so non-exciting, is what is coming through. It feels like everything just goes the same, but right now there truly is a shift coming in, and I know you know about it. I know that there is excitement, but there is also this side that is just, it just rolls on as per usual. And I'm just wanna for you, like with vanishing, if we can go this way, this rolling as usual, as per usual, and also how do we take these new opportunities that come to us? Well, if we have managed to roll it as usual, or for vanishing, roll it as usual with these dark thoughts. For you, Villemini, more, ordinary, just, okay, this is what I do. Imagine imagine going that way. You can take it, you can do it. So for you, Villemini, I just want to say hi, and wow, let's do this. And that is a very light way of saying something that is not always light, But let's do this. Let's have fun. Yeah. So Wilhelmina, you know this when you go what? I know I lost you there, but I just saw this with this light healing energy, and you just send it to your forehead and go, wow, now we're doing this. It's just light today I want to send. Oh dear, what's going on here? Sorry, I apologize. My hair? Not fun today. Oh yes, but what is fun? I had some... Oh, you're about to go back to work after 2 years of... Ah. It's gonna be fine. I get this now, why it's new but old. I get it. I get it. Thank you for explaining it to me. Just that light, Coming back. Truly. It's gonna do... Yeah. You're gonna do brilliant. It's gonna be great. Sorry, I got another message. Thank you so much, you who whispered me. Thank you. All the love to you. Truly. So, Yeah, it makes sense to me too. I just love when that happens. Oh, this is so important for me as well. This is healing for me, truly, because I'm just a fellow human. And you know, when things just go, when your hair is off and when everything is just and you go, how am I ever gonna work? And then this happens, you come into this community and things just work. I think it is when we just let go. Am I cute? Thank you. I do not have Snapchat. No, I don't. But thank you so much for being here and thank you for coming through. Truly. So I've got some interesting things to talk about with you guys. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have some water. I've got some interesting things to talk about. Like I said, we were on a health convention this weekend. That was why I didn't stream on Thursday, because I was already then too ill and I just wanted to, you know, to feel comfortable in going into this event. So I was just home sleeping all week. I think I can't even remember now. But yes, and as you can hear, I'm still throaty. It is autumn now, it's fall. I can't believe it. But yeah, anyway, so we went at this health event and it was beautiful. And if there are any people there joining from there, because we did say we are on Twitch. So if anyone is watching this at a later stage or are here with us now, thank you so much for being there and to making this Saturday, because it was such a beautiful day. And we had so many beautiful meetings with people and some very short consultations or quite a bunch of them, and it meant so much. But I want to talk to you about one in particular. Of course, integrity. I'm not going to talk about what happened during the consultation, but it was interesting because there's one thing that I can talk about, and it was this other person who also works as a medium, who came to try, because this is a very short consultations for people who just want to try it. And there was this medium who probably wanted to see how I work, but I also think that they truly wanted just someone to recognize them. It was a beautiful experience for you watching. I've met several mediums, so you don't have to feel, you know, this is specifically you. But what happened and what was discussed was very interesting, because this person said to me, oh, so you look your clients in the eye, you see them, you know, you gaze them, you meet their gaze. Because then they say that usually they look away, and they showed this to me, how they work, and that energy that came through when they opened up was amazing. That they are very talented in their profession. And so this was very interesting, I feel, because I do also look away when I do healing and astral communication. I look at the energy coming through, and also other times like we do in conversation. But yes, I try to look my client in the eye, because, and I think I know that I've talked about this before, but when we work as mediums, yes, we are mediums, we are transmitters. We transmit information through the source to the receiver, yes, but we are also human. We are also part in this situation. Our guides don't just put information to you to receive. They place someone to give that information. And they place someone to be sat there with you. They give me as a medium and you as a client a way to interact, and they give us this greeting. They give us this greeting between us, the situation, this relationship between us as fellow humans. And I think this is so beautiful. Many mediums who work with, we all do in our different ways, and I do respect I respect others a lot and all that they do. But for me personally, I know I've worked with people who work with angels or with higher energy vibrations. They don't look at their client. Usually they close their eyes, they have their eyes closed. They don't, maybe they see the client even clearer than maybe they really are looking at them, only not through their eyes. But I like to look with my eyes. I like to see the person in front of me, because this higher transmitted energy or information that some people give, what I feel, because I was very briefly enrolled in a course described this, or which taught us this way of working with higher energy frequencies in higher dimensions and angels and those who have not reincarnated or who have reincarnated enough, who are to be who are to stay up in the higher vibrations. And what I felt, I'm not saying that people do this, but what I felt could be a risk in this was to actually see how the information resonated with the particular individual and what happened when it was received and what it truly means for this person. And I think that is so important to keep in mind, that it is a fellow human in front of us. No matter if we perceive ourselves as being human or not, we are who we are. So what I feel is so important is that yes, medium and client, it is a transmitter, or it is a channel. It's a channeling. It's a transmission between energy, information, and the receiver, but it is also a greeting between two people. And I think it's important not to miss that out. It's how I perceive it. And not just because of us having this interaction, what it also gives in the what it also gives in the consultation, to the consultation, professionally or methodologically, or what it gives the method, so to speak, is that the information that travels through me, it will travel through me and I will react to it, meaning I can give it a third eye perspective as well. So we can see the information for what it comes as. With telepathy and with our interaction, we can see what it means for you. And then traveling through me, I can also give my view as a third person. So I think this is really important. When you look away, is it possible that that's when you're trying to access a different sense? Maybe what really is it? Definitely, yes. When I do my healing, I usually don't look at the person. And also, I'm not saying that, I'm looking away right now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't look away. But we should also, we not just look away, but we should also interact, I feel, eye to eye. Or that's how I do it. But yes, I also look away. And yes, I'm not saying that if you go to a medium and they don't look at you, I'm not saying they don't see you. Because yes, you're using your third eye probably. But, and that could be it could be a much clearer view than what I get when I just look at you. But it is my way of working, and for me it works. And for me it's important to also be there as a fellow human. So even though, yes, I love when people look away, using the other senses, it's very important and it's their way of working, and I also do this. But I also feel it very important to sometimes come back and look the person in the eye. or I don't see a problem with it. Because many people say, okay, if you look at me, it's why we do it, I think. Some people are taught not to look at their clients. And some people believe that mediums who do, are, can you say cheaters? It sounds wrong, but they are talking about a cold reading. Meaning that if you look at your clients, and especially if you meet them eye to eye, you can read their body language. And you can, they're talking about this, how you can ask questions, how you can manipulate the situation into seeming that you know what you talk about, when all you do is you make up questions and you see how the client in front of you reacts. A cold reading. This is not how it works for me. And if it is, then it's part of it. Hi guys, sorry, actually I really need a quick bathroom break. I apologize, I will be right back. Is this okay with you? I will be right back. Just a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm just human. And I'm still sick, so just a very quick bathroom break. You can discuss this in chat, guys, and then when I come back, we will really go into the depth of it. I really want to discuss this further. What happens and why some people look away and others don't, and what it means and how we judge each other upon it. And maybe we shouldn't, or maybe we should, because it's part of us. I really want to discuss this. So I'm just going for a quick bathroom break and I'll be right back. Okay, see you very, very shortly. But I'd love to discuss this when I come back. Okay, take care for now. See you very, very shortly. Bye bye. apologize for that. Or for being back. Yeah. Neuromouse27, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the community. So I'm just gonna check so you can hear me all right. Yes, you can. Beautiful. Okay. So, oh, a lot of people left when I got back. Sorry. Scéance. Yes. Do you have a question for me, Neuromance? Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. No, maybe not. I thought maybe you had a question, Neuromance, if you're still here, about seances or so, or such. But yes, I know I call this a seance and it's more a general hangout, but sometimes we do work with astral communication and with healing and energy readings. We take whatever reading that comes to us. The same reading now, we take whatever energy that comes to us and we see what it wants, what it is, and how it is. So yes, about what I wanted to talk about before I went to the break. About cold readings. And I know I mentioned this before, and it is such an important thing to talk about because we see this as a profession, because it is a profession. At least for me it is. And because we're not all knowing, because like I say, if I'm not at least, if I were to know everything about everyone and to just be able to tap into it just like that, I would probably tap into it a lot, and I already do, but how would I be able to live my own life? How would I be able to have time for myself or to understand myself at all? So no, I am not all-knowing. I work with my guides very closely. I got a strong intuition, yes, but I also have a very close relationship to my guides, or a very close work relationship, I should say. I am human and I am also on this journey, on my journey. We are on our journey here as a company, my fiance and I, and we are on a journey here in this community. And today, because the challenge is to talk about how we are beautiful, I want to talk to you about the humanity in me, in that I am just human also, and this is a profession. And I had many clients who talked about this during the health convention. I had many clients who said, who were in this, I don't want to meet, well, many people leave their parts of themselves at home when they go to work. Their child in themselves, or emotions particularly. And then they are just overwhelmed when they get back home. Because in our workspace we need to be professional and we need to handle things the correct way. And yes, of course that we need to be professional. But what is to be professional? In almost every profession, in every profession, we want to feel secure, right? We want to feel safe. And how do we feel safe? When we can be ourselves. And I know that some people feel like they feel not safe when they can be themselves, but then that is a way for them to really see themselves, because then they're not being themselves when they are afraid of who that person is. We're always ourselves, we can't be anyone else, but this could be our mindset. So we want to be ourselves, meaning we want to come from our heart, from where our standpoint, where we are stood, what we believe in, is what I believe. So we want to feel safe to be ourselves. How can we be ourselves if we leave parts of ourselves at home? when we go to work? And how can we show other people to be themselves, meaning to create a safe environment, if they have to leave parts of themselves at home? And when we say leave parts of ourselves at home to go to work, we're not traveling from life, out of life, back to life. Life is with us all day, every day. But we have to categorize what we do with our time. But it is our time, all of it. So why can't we, meaning us, the entirety of us, be with all the way? The less, sorry, this music, I can't think. I apologize. The smaller space we give ourselves, the greater space we will take. So the more we try to push our emotions aside, the more space they will take. And eventually we'll hit a rock bottom. Because this just piles up and up and up and up, and we don't want to take part of it. And then when we come home, it just falls over top of us. Instead of having this, instead of taking this glass of water to work, sipping on it, simply having it with us, we're placing it on the window shield at home. And when we come home, that glass of water might have turned into a great fountain, flooding the apartment. This is our emotions, where we feel we can't say who we are, we can't, we can't really be ourselves. You know that feeling when you can't be yourself at work? Why should you sacrifice part of yourself when you are the only, it's just you who are there? So if we can just bring ourselves so we can meet others as they are, so we can be who we are, you know the feeling, yeah. Why do we have to? Because the thing is, we do this to fit in. I'm not saying, because I had a person who worked as a nurse, and they said, oh, I can't really cry my eyes out in the hospital. That wouldn't be professional. I said, no, of course not. But you don't have to cry your eyes out if what you cry your eyes out over always gets space and place to breathe. If you can just be you. And it's easier said than done, I know. But if we do this to fit in, if we leave parts of ourselves at home in order to fit in, and everyone does this, how does that fit? Let's bring ourselves. And all this outrages that you think, okay, if I bring my emotions, if I don't put up this suit, put on this suit, put up this mask, if I don't put up this fence, I would just break down. Well, if that is with you, if you take that glass of water with you, yes, it might take up some space. Yes, people might see it, reflect over it, but it won't grow. It will just be. So what does this mean? Actually mean? In reality, what does this mean? What are we to do? What does it mean? What is this? That's totally up to you. What it means to you, for you. But I think that when we get this feeling, I can't be myself at work, we know what that means. Because if we can't be ourselves, what is it? What situation is it that we feel we can't be ourselves? Is it to say how we feel? Because if it is to express our emotions or our opinions, then those opinions might reflect with others. Others might resonate with them, and if we don't express them, that frustration would be just build up. And whatever workspace we're in, it's for the best of everyone. Because it's not good for the owners if the people who work there don't feel safe, and it's not good for the customers if the people who work there don't feel safe. And the customer won't feel safe because it's people. We're just human and we feel each other. We're reflecting each other. So maybe all we have to do is go back to those bubbles that Vanishing talked about, that we talked about in that reading. The bubbles. Let's take the bubbles with us when we go to work. Because yes, we go to work, but our life is still happening. The clock doesn't stop because we go off to work. It's still us. It's still our experience. It's still our life. And that is a privilege for other people to experience. It's a privilege to be part of someone else's life. So let's show us. It's a privilege to be part of our own life. So let's take ourselves in the hands and let's bring ourselves. Let's bring all of us. If we feel this is not morally correct, I will just break down in hysteric. I will be hysterical. Then start by meeting yourself. Why am I being hysterical? If I can't bring this particular part of myself to work, what is it that that part needs? Probably attention. What is behind it? What is it that feels unfair? What is it? We meet it at home and we greet it for what it is. And then we let it go and let it come with. And let's bring those bubbles so others can take part of them too. And everything we are, everything we do, also when we don't take ourselves to work, is part of our journey. And it's the best we can do in the moment. But it's also part to listen to this right now. And it's also part to listen to that voice who says, I just can't be myself. What does that mean? What is it that you can't be? Compromising we all can do. So if you feel, oh, this is something that this is what I can't be, but my boss won't ever recognize that. What is it that the boss wants to be that they feel they can't be? And how can you find a neutral ground? Because they won't be happy if you can't work because you're stressed out, because you can't be yourself. We're all just human. So even if we can't do this, if we can't talk to our boss, then talk to ourselves. What is it in this situation? How does it reflect back on me? And actually, yes, how can I change my perspective in this situation? What can I give myself in order to feel more like me? Because even if maybe we can't do anything, we can't talk to our boss, we can't change this. If we can't change the external, let's acknowledge the internal. And just when we do this, just by seeing ourselves, these bubbles that will come up, they will affect the people around us, so maybe they can do the same. And then the external will also change. Well, Minnie, thank you. You have a job where you go back and you take most of yourself there. Job before, no way. That wasn't your idea. Your boss was letting people be themselves. He wanted robots. So probably that boss had their own mind, had their own fear of having their own feeling of not being able to be themselves. Probably. And I'm not saying go up to your boss and ask, what's the problem? No. If you can't do that, then ask yourself the same. Oh, I'm so frustrated in this situation. Okay, what's the problem? What is it that I'm frustrated about? And what does that resonate with in myself? in most cases, it's a feeling of neglect, that we're neglecting parts of ourselves. If we take the time, we'll have the time. So if we can just take the time to sometimes ask ourselves and listen to ourselves, because we can see it from a different perspective. We can see for what we don't have, but we can also look at what we do have and take the experience from it that it gives. It's all perspective. And if we are inclined in, okay, we have to compare things, one thing to another, one situation to another, then okay. Then let's do that, if that is how we feel better. Then compare to what you had before, or what you wish you did not have, to what you actually have. It's all perspective, and we all do this. So if we take ourselves there, if we bring ourselves with to work or to school or out in the public, when we put on a face that we think that other people wants to see, we will reflect that imagery of manipulating ourselves. Not that it would manipulate others, probably, yes, a little bit, not manipulate, but it will affect them in feeling, oh, this person feels, I don't feel safe with them, really. And then I will have to put up this mask, and then it goes around in a circle. But also, it will reflect back on you. So you will meet the person that you think other people wants to see, but that's who other people wants to see. You will get that reflection back to you. And then you got you at home, who don't have to play, who don't have to put up a mask, who's just you and who's just human. If you are who you are instead, you will not be the person you think other people want you to be. You will be the person that you are and that other people actually see. Then it will make sense. It's easier said than done, yeah. And we will all do it in our different ways. But I think it's beautiful, and I think it's important to talk about. And the challenge today was to talk about how we are beautiful. And we are. So, like a beautiful spirit teacher said, if we can't talk to other people about what we believe in, if we can't show it, then be it. And I'm not saying put up a fight and go into argument with anyone who don't share your opinion. No, that's not what I'm saying. That won't be necessary if we can feel that we can be who we are. Because if we can feel that we are who we are, then we will reflect upon the world from our perspective of being exactly where we need to be. And we can just let everything go. Our responsibility of feeling under pressure, because that is a responsibility. And then we can hopefully lift our pressure, our feeling of being depressed. And in this, showing this, having other people do the same. But no, it's not easy. And no, I don't got a clear-cut answer that everyone can follow. You do. Each and every one of you. Because when you say this is unfair, you already know what would be fair. In parts, at least. So if you think, I want this, I want to be like this, then you're already there. If you feel home, you're already home. Maybe you just have to mow the lawn. But this is an individual journey, because we are so unique, each and every single one of us. But we are also very similar. And like I said before, the situational journey might look very different. that the emotional journey is very similar to each other's. And if we can just see that, we can meet ourselves, acknowledge ourselves, being able to acknowledge others. And that, as a reflection, comes back to even more love to yourself. I'm gonna read chat now. Oh, yeah, that was it. Okay. It's what I believe. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you about, and oh, she mentioned cold reading and then she just stopped talking about this, because that is such a pressure. It's such a, yes, that was why I talked about this, bringing yourself to work. Because if I then bring myself to work and I want to meet you, and so I glance into your eye, and that tells you that I don't know my work because I am cold reading, what does that do to me? And what does that do to you? Well, I don't know what it does to you, because this is all in my mind, right? This is all in my perception of reality. So I can simply change my perspective to being, if I look you in the eye, you might think I'm doing a cold reading. Okay. Does that really matter if what I provide seems to actually help you? Does it really matter what we do, how it works, if it seems to be working? Because what I want to do is be able to be there to lend a hand if anyone wants a hand to be lended. Does it really matter how I go about it, how it actually works, if it seems to work? I don't know how it works. This with my guides and intuition and all of this, telepathy and all, it's just how I experience it. I don't know how it actually works. But I believe that it works, and I believe that it's for everyone. Everyone can do it, just as much as they need in their life. So this is what I want to talk to you about the human in me. Because if you know me, you know that I wanted to be an angel for so long. Then realizing I can actually just be human, because that is what I am. I might be an angel, I might be a terrestrial, what's it called now? Terrestrial, sorry, being. I might be another species, whatever we feel ourselves to be, we are just us. And when I say that I'm human, that is a way for me to understand that I am actually people. When I feel that I made something, that I did something wrong, or when I am insecure myself, I can then understand that I'm not alone in feeling this, because I'm part of something. And that is what is being human is all about for me, and why it's so important. So I want to talk to you about this. I want to talk about workaholics, because I am a workaholic. In that, no, I am not well. But I am well enough to work, and I've been talking to myself about this over and over. I've been discussing this over and over again. Could I really help someone? Could I give healing if I've not healed myself? And then the question comes, are we ever completely healed? And what is healing? It's simply energy transference. And does it seem to help people? Yes. Has it seemed to hurt people? Not that we've experienced as of yet. But if some information would come that yes, this indeed hurt people, then we will have to do something else. But as of now, 100 consultations in, it seems to help. It seems to do what it's meant to be doing. So about me being human, I put so much pressure on myself because this means so much to me. So when this is a little bit of a fun story for you people in all different kinds of professions. I think that you can resonate with this, because I was in such a stress. having to perform, I felt like, unfortunately, during the event this weekend, during the health convention, because I'm just human. And I was in such a stress, but I had so much fun, but I went into having the hives, and they were bad. And yesterday it was pretty bad, and so I went on Facebook asking anyone, does anyone have any suggestions for how to calm the body when in hives? And I got many beautiful answers, and then a friend who's also a healer wrote healing. And it just occurred to me, yeah, great. I could open my healing chakra and heal myself. But I needed that inspiration, because healing for me is something I give others. And then I realized, yes, I do have this, I can channel this. So with those words, that simply opened my healing chakra, and I could reflect the healing back onto myself. And I think that I think that people will resonate. Oh, thank you, Emily. That was a good speech. Thank you so much. I mean what I say. I hope that it will resonate for someone. And I hope that you can see that through it all, and it's just me. So yes, I like I said, I needed that inspiration to realize what I do in my profession I could actually do in order to help myself. And that wasn't even in my mind. That wasn't even part of what I thought of that when I wrote that comment, or when I wrote that post asking, does anyone have any suggestions? And that simple sentence that I got just gave me the inspiration to do it myself, with help of their love sent by that beautiful comment. So that is interesting. I just had this feeling, if you're a plumber, do you do your own plumbing? In some professions you can't, right? You're not actually allowed to do your own. I'm just gonna check. I've got some messages. Thank you. You are writing me in whispers. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you're being here. So, what do you guys think? I just got all this stillness now. I got such a beautiful comment. I'm just trying to take, the challenge of just seeing that we are beautiful. Everything who we are. I'm checking with my guides what we should do. They're talking about healing. The professions you can't work on your own stuff. No. But it worked for me with that love that dear friend of mine sent. It worked for me to open the chakra. I'm not sure. I know that this is not how. Oh, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the community. Usually, when we're talking about the healing chakra, usually we talk about the heart chakra. But my healing guide, they're talking about this chakra outside my body, on my left side, and that is what I think it surrounds my whole body, actually. I just realized. But it feels like, because this was a thought actually, because yesterday they opened on the right side, And usually when I work, it opens on the left side, so maybe right is for me, reflecting back, and left is out. Perhaps. Ah, that could be. Definitely. Interesting. I never thought about that. Oh, guys, I channeled such a beautiful new method this weekend. And I really want to share it, but it was for another medium. So hopefully they will take it and make something out of it. But it was so beautiful. It was about, I think that I can share what it was about, not how it was being done, perhaps because that was for them, but what it was such a beautiful, it is a way to paint with energy and have this experience with energy and energetic painting for those who can't see, who lost their sight, who are blind, perhaps, and painting, having them experience these colors and these emotions, these paintings in energy with healing. It was so beautiful, but I can't go into it any more than that because, well, it was a method that I was channeling for someone else in a consultation who's also a medium. But I just got this inspiration. Maybe it's part of something I can do as well. Maybe. Oh, Hearthstone Vice. Hearthstone Vice. Hi. Sorry, I wanted to get your name right this time. Hearthstone. Hi. Good morning. I'm doing well. Today is a day when we just push on through. The challenge was to see how beautiful we truly are. And we're having a beautiful stream. Oh, Renee. Hi, Renee. How are you doing today? You're cheerful this morning. No rain. They talk a lot about rain with you. In a most beautiful sense, but I'm just hearing this rain and like, oh, today is not something. I haven't opened up too much. It was just rain coming through. Just the sound of when the raindrops hit a windowsill. So beautiful. I love that sound. So, I'm just checking with my guides because I do have astral energy coming through. I'm not sure if anyone would resonate with it. I've got an elderly woman from Germany, I think. But I'm also in Massachusetts. Is that even how you pronounce it? She's saying my grandson did a real racket. Hi Yukashi, welcome. What you do is alright. Hope you enjoy the stream. Purge, welcome. I get your voice in that message. You're not, no, I was sure. Where was someone else? It's someone coming through, and it's interesting because now we got many skeptics here as well. But there is a woman coming through, meaning my grandson is making a real racket. Oh, I'm not going to go too much into it. I think it was a really short one, just. And now we got many people joining who wants to talk about sexual favors. It's interesting. So, whatever reason that you are here, guys, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I know the intention of the comments, but I can answer your question because it's a good one. How much I take for my fees? I'm an intuitive counselor, so I work with mediumship, with intuition, with telepathy, and with healing. And this is my profession, so I do have an hourly fee. Oh, not, but I got 1.5 hour for you international, who joining internationally is 75 euros. Or you can donate a little from €1 and up, and I will get back to you with a short session, meaning a intuitive meeting, so to speak. No sexual favors, but we can definitely talk about sex if that is what has to be discussed. Discussed. So, yeah. You think you could pass me some leg energy so you can grow back the legs you lost in an accident 20 years ago? Now, I do healing. I usually talk about this. And I'm not sure if this is a genuine comment or not, but I will talk about it. Because it's interesting. I've gotten a lot of feet healing and healing in the legs. And usually there are people joining who actually don't have any legs left, or haven't had any, or can't feel them, or what it might be. But that energy usually sits someplace else in the body, or in the soul of the body, depending on. And I think it's so beautiful how we can connect that, because usually when I do the healing, what my guides are telling me is that often we work with different emotional parts, different emotional bubbles, you can say, that usually sits in different parts of our body. So when I work with feet, for example, there's a lot of stress usually there. Putting a lot down there, as you know, there's all our body, our entire body we can find in our feet. But also if we have got no feet, or if we can't feel the feet, that's healing, and that emotion will still be located someplace else in the body. And even if we got feet, perhaps we placed that emotion, that feeling someplace else anyway. So I think it's so beautiful that whoever you are, and whatever your physical attributes or however your physical body is, it's so beautiful how, I think it's so important how we all should acknowledge who we are and how we are, and that we are just us. I'm just gonna see if there is any there are many people with sexual influence comments, and I'm just gonna say this, that is totally fine. Whatever your reason are to be here, and whatever the reason behind your comment is, thank you for being here. And one day, maybe you learn to respect yourself, and in that, maybe you learn to respect us, and then you are welcome. If you feel this is not for you now, I know there's always someone behind the comment, there's always a reason for the comment, but if you are being rude to others in the community, then you will be banned. But towards me, you can say whatever. And we can talk about whatever. And I mean this. There's always a reason behind, there's always a person behind. And there's a lot of drug influenced energy coming in now. Heavy, just the energy of drug influenced and smoking. That's just lots coming in. And then this woman is back with having her grandson making a racket. But whoever you are, it's okay. Truly. And whatever reason why you're here, that's your business. That's for you. And I hope that if it's provides, a way for you, a reason for you to laugh, if you laugh about me, or if you find me funny or ridiculous, or if what I say truly can help you, if you like listening to my voice, if in a sexual way you like listening to my voice, or if you just like being rude and hiding yourself from yourself in that, but also seeing yourself. I talked a lot about this before. Whatever the reason that you're here, as long as you're not being rude to others, welcome. Truly. I'm just gonna check. I got If you think that researching me, because we are official people, we are a company, and if you think researching me or my family or my friends will do me any harm or will have you the upper person in this interaction, then what it is that you're hiding? What is it that I do or that this does that makes you feel you have to threaten me? What's the reason? Talk to me instead. Because I'm an official person, anyone can find who I am. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the community. It's not difficult to Google search who I am. Well, why do you feel you have to? What's the reason of threatening me? May I ask? Or threaten my loved ones? What's the reason? As much as easy for you to Google me, we can Google you. What's the reason of threatening me? I want to know, truly. It's not difficult finding me, we are an official company. But why? What's the reason? I want to talk to you. Okashi? Pause. Tell me. Why do you feel the need to threaten me? Or was it your purpose of life? Do you mean being live streaming, or life? I'm just gonna check. Okay. So I just want to know what's the reason behind it, because just as you can Google me, I can find out who you are. So why can't we greet each other instead? This way you say hi. What is the reason threatening people? Are you scared of getting threatened yourself? Or what is the reason? All this is logged, all this is cached. So if you threaten me, we can do something about it. So what is the reason? I want to know. Because I'm not scared. And I don't see why you should be. So what is the reason? Truly. My name is Sarah. I'm an intuitive counselor. I work with telepathy, mediumship, healing, and astral communication. And right now, oh, Bempus, hi. Bempus, we had some threats in chat. Could you see if there's anything we can do about it? They're threatening our family. Yeah. Could you see if there's anything we can do about it? Because they apparently won't talk to me. So sorry, I just want to see what this is, why we're doing this. But yeah, so that is who I am. And Googling me is not difficult nowadays. So I don't see the reason for threatening. Can you see if there's anything we can do? Maybe people here are used to dealing with this kind of things. Because it's a shame when we are fearing people in our own or fearing parts of ourselves that we feel we have to put fear into others. Okay, thank you, Pampers. Can you do that to Porsche as well? And hopefully they will. Hopefully this can help them somehow. Can I see what's in your mind? So, I work with my guides very closely. So I use they work like as librarians up in the Universal Library is what I believe in. And so they're running around because I believe we're all connected. I believe all our experiences are also connected and stored up in the Universal Library. And I connect to my guides who work as librarians, then bringing information depending on what you need to hear in the moment. So what I do is I ask my guides if there's any information. I'm not all-seeing, I'm not all-knowing. I got a great intuition, and then I confirm it with my guides. There are many schools for this, actually. There are many different scholars, I should say. And where I learned it, I simply experienced it. So I believe that we're all able to do it. I believe that we're all connected, and this I believe we're also all able to connect to one another, but we do so in a way that is suitable for our life. Thank you, Pampers. I'm still just human, so when people threaten me and my family, I still get anxious because I care. But I'm also sad for the people doing it because I want to know why, the reason behind it. Usually when we are out to hurt someone else, we wish to hurt ourselves. And I wish to be there, being able to lend a hand in acknowledging this and what it might be that we are afraid of. Because even if we just find it being funny, to find something funny is also a way of processing it. So I am still a little bit, this is still taking a toll on me because of the threats of my family. So I think it's unnecessary, right? Is it a religion? Well, that depends on what a religion is for you. But it is a method, I would say, yeah. And it's a way of life in that I believe in energy. So I believe that we are all connected, and I believe that we all stem from the same energy source. So yeah, that could be said, that could be looked at, viewed as a religion, sure. But it is not something, it's not part of a religion in that sense that it is, that it truly belongs to one or another religion. Sorry, I'm still affected by this actually. It's the first time I've gotten threatened online in this way, or not me, but my family, so I'm still a little bit affected. I apologize. I am still a human, so it will affect me. And yeah, so sorry. I hope that it's okay, that you feel fine with my answer. Sorry, I'm so distracted over this. Because with my experience, I do see these people for who is behind these comments. And I feel safe in where I am, but as a human being, I also care for my loved ones. So it will still, it will still enlighten that part of me, it will still activate that part of me that gets anxious. It's just the way it is. But we have many people in our surroundings who are very talented with IT, and we know people who have great access in IT as well. So those people who threatened, hopefully they can learn something from this that can help them along their way. Thank you, Pampers. The energy. Some people get thrills by doing this kind of thing. It's sad. Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's sad that they feel so lonely they have to do it. And I feel so sad that they have to feel scared for being threatened. Because what we choose to do is part of our imagination, and what is part of our imagination is part of our experiences, I believe. We wouldn't do something that is not part of our own experiences or our own fears. So threatening people who threatened others, I feel sorry for them being afraid of being threatened themselves. So as I have never been threatened this way before, this is now part of my experience. Meaning that if I were to be in a bad space as a human, threatening people would also be something that I could start doing when we don't know where we are. And that is a new part that wasn't there before. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying as a human, all those things that we are fearing of doing to others, that we are fearing of, if we find ourselves in a really dark space, I could do this or this or this and this, but we're afraid of it. And that comes from experiencing it, usually. Because we know how that makes us feel, how someone doing that to us had us feel. And when we don't know where we are, we just want people to feel us. And we want them to feel us in an effective way. Meaning, what I believe is we then choose to have them experience what we did, because it's a wake-up call. And in that, we see them. I remember those aliens now, and those people behind them, because they threatened me, because I got scared. And since this has never happened before, that is now part of what I fear, which then can be used against others if we lose our way. I'm just explaining this in a way that they are, which means that this threatening others they are probably very scared of being threatened themselves. So, like I say, and their family, because they're triggering my family, probably they're scared for their family. And it could be that they're even scared of hurting themselves, their own family, which is very useful. Not useful, which is very common, sorry. Ourselves being scared of hurting people we love because we don't want to do that. So, like I usually say, if we can see our footprints leading all the way over there, in the most darkest ways in our mind, if we can go all that way in our thoughts and are fearing that, imagine how far we can go the opposite direction. And that's what I want, all in between. That's what I want to bring. Just bring in people, just seeing this. Are we helping? Sorry, user X9000. I will try to understand. Try to understand. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to recollect my thoughts. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distorted after this. The energy. I believe that we all stem from the same energy, and with all, I mean everything living, because I believe everything is partly sentient, because I believe everything is made up of energy, and I believe that it is the same amount of energy always and will always be, but we use it, it is focused in different ways, is what I believe in. So are we helping people? That is what we're trying to do. We have established a new therapy form, which is called intuitive counseling, and that is what we work with. And in this, we try to help people viewing their life from new perspectives. Yes. I'm just gonna shake. The energy comes from the universe. Yes, energy is the universe. And we are the universe, and everything is everything. But I also believe in every truth is a truth. So I love hearing how other people perceive it. And working with telepathy and getting that perspective of people's how others perceive, it's such a privilege, and it's so beautiful. And skeptics, best thing I know to talk to than people, because I'm a skeptic too. We don't know how it works, but it seems to be working. So yes, are we helping people? We hope we are. We think we are. The statistics show we are. And if nothing else, we're helping ourselves. And that's all everyone ever can do. But yes, we are hoping to bring this form of therapy into the society, and having this block between people who work with mediumship and don't work with mediumship, having that division, that divided cell, having that just joined as it is. Everything is logical, everything is unrational, everything is everything. And that's what we want to bring in. And that's why we take the mediumship into therapy, trying to bring it all together as it actually is. We don't need to know how it works, because we're not going to understand. No, we could never understand. But we can acknowledge our understanding. Meaning what we find, what we see, what we experience. And then we can view that from different perspectives. But no, we're never going to understand. And no, we're probably never going to feel perfect, because we need that feeling of something being off in order to have a reason to keep on going, hoping to change, But we're hoping to lend a hand to them for people to just walk beside us for a little short while, to just change experiences. It's all we do. And it seems to really do help people. For many, it's just about acknowledgement, saying, I see this in you, and I see it, and I believe in you. And for others, it's about talking about all the possibilities, whatever it might be. It is experiences, and I am so privileged being able to share and to experience this. Nuts and bolts materialist will find Dr. Stephen Greer a good place to start. That's actually a new name to me. I'm gonna save it. I really want to watch this. Can you tell us a little bit more, Notray? I'd love to know. I'm just gonna, sorry, I've got I'm still very distorted from being threatened. I've got was what I was gonna say. I've got no keyboard, so I'm using a mouse, but I am so distorted, I can't even know where to begin. But we will save that name. So you're losing your time reading books and trying to know what is life, because the purpose of life is life. No, you're not losing your time. Definitely. You're using your time. You're choosing to do what you do with your time, and what you choose to do is what you do. And doing research and finding out what other people think, I love it. And I learn so much from seeing the world from so many different perspectives. So reading books, beautiful. Mr. Otter, welcome to the community. Thank you so much for joining. So you're not losing time? No, I don't think you are. I don't believe you are. You're simply doing what you do. All we got is life. So let's live it. And let's carry these bubbles that we talked about before during stream. These bubbles of infinite possibilities. But with the control, with the knowing that we can control what happens or what we do. And if we find ourselves in a dark space, going away from our hearts, if we see those steps, if we acknowledge them, they're still part of us. Probably they're there because some parts of us want some extra attention. And if we can wander all that way, imagine what we can do the opposite direction. There's a creator. If there's a creator for you, then there's a creator. Whatever that creator can be. I believe every truth is a truth. So yes, I believe it was created sometime, and something created it. And if that was a single person or a single energy or several or none, whatever it was, I am so open to what other people experience themselves. I just got small pieces of experiences, of small pieces of information. I had this feeling that there might have been two suns on either side of the galaxy, of our solar system. Sorry, I had this feeling that there'd been two suns, two great stars. But I don't know. I have no idea. I feel very connected to the moon, and some light workers say that the star seeds, we can come from different parts of the universe. And some people believe that we're simply human, we're simply flesh and water, and that is it. But whatever we are what we are, right? So, what we usually say for our international part of our community or of our business, the slogan, I just want to share it one more time because I think it's beautiful and that truly says what we believe in, what I believe in. For every reality, let your halo be hello. Simply say hi. If there's something that you don't understand, say hi. There's a reason someone else feels an understanding for it. Do we have a streaming schedule? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Otter. Yes, kind of. Tuesday mornings, I stream from Sweden. So Tuesday mornings from 9 a.m. It is now, I'm just going to check, 11:30 for reference. So it's summertime right now, so it's GMT +2. Then we'll go into winter time, so then it's GMT +1. I believe that's how it works. But it's Central European now, summertime. So yes, I stream from Sweden. And on Tuesday mornings from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. I do this energy reading, general hangout, healing, much healing, astral communication, just this beautiful, beautiful communal feeling of love and healing. And then on Tuesday afternoons from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. approximately, we have reading corner, which means that I read works that I have written. And today is going to be part 2 of a Swedish reading corner. So once again, today after lunch, there will be me reading Swedish texts. And then if energy comes through, of course we work with them. But then the focus is to listen to works or to hear me read. And this is also a slot where we can do all different sorts of things, all kinds of things. And hopefully I would love it if you would send me some suggestions of works that you would like me to read. Just make sure that they are your own, or that it's okay that you share them. But I would love to do this. So that is what we do on Tuesdays. And then I stream on Thursday afternoons from 1 p.m. And then it's arts and crafts. So we create, or we haven't started actually, but we are gonna create glass figurines out of glass beads and on stream and just hanging out. And then if someone would feel, oh, that figurine, I have no idea what I'm doing, just so you know, guys, but if that figurine, that little fella should come home to me, then you can buy it and I will give it some focused healing energy and we will ship it away, ship it to you. That's how it will work. That's what we hope to be doing. So Tuesday mornings and afternoons and Thursday afternoons. And if you would miss a stream, you can always find all our content in our content library on YouTube. You can find all the information down below or in the box, depending on what platform you are watching from. Yeah, you can see in we don't have a schedule as of now out yet, but we got next stream. But this is a schedule, so Tuesday mornings, Tuesday afternoons, and Thursday afternoons. Oh, good night, Willemini. And remember there. Let's have some fun. Sleep tight. I'm just gonna see, I've got some other messages. Oh, Mr. Otter, I am going off for lunch very shortly, and then I will be back at 1 p.m. reading Swedish works. But if you go to our YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of content. I'm going through each and every stream that we had and trying to find the bits of different topics so that we can make I want to say collaboration, that wasn't the right word, but the collage of different topics and such, so we don't have to go through an entire stream. But there are healing, there are meditations, you can find loads there. So go check it out if you feel like it. I'm actually thinking of heading off to lunch a little earlier now. I'm still a little bit disordered and disorientated from yeah, exactly. I'm still a little bit disorientated from being threatened in this way. So, Bempers, I was going to ask you, do you have some time to talk to me over phone for just some moments? Okay, great. So, I just want some love. It's my fiance, Bempers. A lovely, lovely person. So, what will happen now? Are there anyone else who's got some questions that they feel, oh, wait for me, I still want to know things? So I'm just gonna see if there is any more, or I will head up for an early lunch, and then I will be back at 1, reading some works in Swedish all afternoon. And if you want to talk to me then, go ahead and do so, and if there are any energies coming in, we will work with them. But I feel like, okay, I'm gonna end this session with a healing. Going back to the bubbles, it's a very short one. I'm simply gonna recollect and collect and just reconstruct and putting the pieces back together. And I'm gonna send you this warm energy. And thank you so much for joining me this morning, or afternoon, or evening, or night. And I will just send you all this love. And thank you for the support. And whoever you are, thank you for being here. And I will head up for lunch, and then we'll be back. Okay? So I'm just gonna pull some strings. Beautiful. I'm just gonna pull some strings, and then I can tell you that approximately 10 to 1, we are gonna, well, first now you are gonna see an end screen, and then the stream will still be live, but approximately 10 to 1, we will reboot the stream. So it will say offline, and then it will take a little while, and then we will go online preparing for the reading session. And not the reading. So that will happen. Okay. I will write in chat when we reboot, so don't worry. Okay. So I'm gonna send this out. And thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you very soon. All the love. Beautiful. Take care, guys. See you very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Goodbye. Goodbye.